Hello fish heads. Today it's time to review everything about the UI. Why? Because a lot of it is in Russian. Well, everything is in Russian. Most of the things have icons, but I just wanted to do a comprehensive guide of how to use the UI, what is this and what is that, to just make it easier for you guys, for the things that are not really obvious. So, let's just start from the left, shall we? Here we have two bars. Those two bars represent your food and your alcohol. Now, food, if it goes to zero, you cannot fish anymore. You still be able to go to the peg, but you know, you cannot just cast your bait. It will just say that it needs to eat. You will say to yourself, your virtual you will complain that he or she is not fed. So, alcohol. What does it do? Why do we have alcohol in a fishing game? Oh, this is a little bit of a fantasy thingy here, but what alcohol does is increase the experience gained for any fish you catch. For example, if you catch a fish that gives you 10 experience points, you will get 20. And it's the more alcohol you have, the more experience points you will get. Now, why wouldn't we just always be drunk while fishing? You might ask. Well, the thing is, you cannot cast where you want to cast when you are drunk. For example, if we go to a place and we just want to cast at this white cloud reflection here, I can cast there. However, if I'm drunk, it will cast randomly in the area. So one way of using alcohol is if you caught a really big fish and you're reeling in, you're reeling in, you're reeling in, and the fish is already over here, and you're almost about to catch it, you can then just drink a lot of alcohol when the fish is already caught and just increase your experience points. But this is more for later on in the game when you specifically want to get to a certain level really quickly, or you caught something incredibly big that gives a lot of experience. You just want to maximize this. For beginners, it's not really recommended at all. Um, because first of all, the levels from 1 to maybe 30 or 40 are pretty easy to acquire, so you don't really need to rely on alcohol, but it's there if you need it. You can get alcohol from either the bar here or or just um, or just buy it from here. So some of them are really expensive, some of them are cheaper, etc. But this is what alcohol serves for. The bucket. The bucket is anything you throw in the water in terms of balls and other uh, feeding methods to try and increase the amount of fish that will come in the area. So what you do is the first column here is the basic ingredient. It's the bulk of what makes the feed. The second one is an additive. It's actually the bait you use. For example, if we're going for roaches, we can use some kind of a worm and include it in here. The third one is the aroma. Now let's go to the shop and see where we can buy those things. Here is the tab for the main ingredients. As you can see, this is for roach, this is for um, another type of fish, and there are not that many. because this is mostly for panfish and fish that are vegetarian, if you like. So not many types of fish will need this in order to increase their feeding. Uh, a lot of them will just feed normally, depending on the time of day and how deep you cast. But some of them, like carp, will be perfectly fine with getting some more food, and you can increase your chances of catching more and bigger ones as well. And here are the aromas. You can experiment. You can ask in the comment section what works best for what type of fish, but mainly experimentation is what will get you the most satisfaction. Once you see a certain type, certain combination working, then uh, you'll be very happy because you pretty much found it yourself. But if you're looking for a specific one that works best on a specific type of fish, then later on, while you're participating in tournaments, it will help you greatly. What is next? So you throw the feet with the O button on your keyboard. So basically, you just go somewhere. You cast one rod, for example, and you cast it here, the white cloud here. You go, you click here, add it. I want to add this, and I only have um, that aroma, and just click on this button. It will add it. Now we have this. We have 10 portions. We use it. The bucket is now full. We choose the rod we want to target, press the O button, and there you go. The ball is now in the water, and we're waiting for a fish to come. Now, it works for about 2 hours. It can have an effect over 3 hours, but what is the consensus between the players is that it works for 2 hours. So you can just refeed after 2 hours. Oh, there's apparently fish. Well, it's a frog. Never mind. So next, what is next? Here, these are all your uh, rods, reels, lines, and hooks. Here it is. Again, this icon. This is everything. What these buttons are, it means just remove it. You click, and it will remove the hook with the bait. And then these are the different rods. The icons of the rods are: this is match fishing or flow fishing. This is spinning. The interesting thing about spinning is you can actually use it for bottom fishing with the specific hook. You can actually use spinning rods for bottom fishing. However, you cannot use spinning rods. Yes, here it says there's an error because you cannot use spinning rods for float fishing. Then you have your reels. The icons here are self-explanatory, I think. You have your reels, you have your lines, hooks, baits, and artificial bait lures as well. Your backpack. What do you have in your backpack? This, what it says is Putevka. So it's pretty much a ticket. It looks like a ticket. It is a ticket, and for certain levels in the game, when you get to level 10 or 15 or 20 and so on, you will get rewards from the game, and it will give you a free travel to the lake or river. Here you say the name of it, and then for how long is your travel. This one, you can go to that river for 2 days for free. Okay, next. So we covered this. This is your backpack. We covered that one. Here, the notebook, it shows all your information, statistics pretty much. Here it says level 21. This text here says that I've mainly fish on the bottom, not floating, not spinning, but on the bottom. This is the experience bar. Karma, Karma is this here in green. Basically, when you release fish, your karma gets higher, and some of the places that you can travel to require karma. Like you see here, 6,000 karma. It means that you're a good sport, that you release smaller fish. Not all fish give you karma when you release them. Like for example, a roach wouldn't, but salmon and trout will give you karma when you release the fish. So release just the small ones that don't pay very well. Just release them, and while you level up, um, you will improve your karma. So in the notebook, the next things you can see here are in your accounts how much money you have, how much money you have in your gaming account. So nothing special here. You can see your um, history in terms of how many fish. I've got 445 fish. The first number here is float fishing, then is bottom fishing, then it's spinning. How many fish I have released? 243, so pretty much half of the fish I've caught I've released. 31 types of fish, 31 species of fish I have caught here. This is for later on. I'll make a video when once we get to this. This is to buy a house where your home is, so you don't have to pay for travels there, and you can get a car that will reduce the price for traveling. Top 10 of what you have caught in terms of um, how many, in terms of quantity. Here are your trophies, if you like, some weird fish that are weird in terms of how heavy they are and where you caught them. Presents here if you have to pay something, and I'll explain this in a little bit. Tournaments, where they are, in where you can actually participate. It says here when it begins, when it ends. Your rewards from tournaments, private messages for new quests and stuff. This is, you can just copy this and go to Google Translate and just get a quick translation into English, and you pretty much set. You can do this for most things. Uh, so here you can create notes for yourself. For example, I am a good sport, and you can have this note saved there permanently. For example, if you caught some fish, special fish that you haven't seen until now, on something, on a few different kind of lures, and you want to save what kind of lures you caught them and what time during the day, you can just create those notes for yourself. Um, Friends and your achievements here at the bottom. Um, so next thing, this is our these are our products over here that we can eat. 150 for now is the limit. You can increase it with some stuff that you can buy. For example, these are the two buttons. There's the menu, what you can do with it. Again, you can just translate it in Google, for example, or just eat it. You can also eat it with double click. Next one is our fish storage. They are the maximum is 300 for now. You can also increase that. There's no maximum on how heavy the total fish, the weight. There's no maximum for that. It's just a number, 300, which I find very, very good because I don't want to constantly worry about the number of fish I have. I can just keep fishing. That's the point of the game. What else do we have? From here, you can see the shortcuts. Now this thing you can also translate um, online and see what it means. Basically, what you need to know is Shift and B is to make a bait out of the particular fish. For example, if we catch a roach that's 90 grams, we can click on the roach, click Shift B, and here it will tell you created a bait from this fish. Not all fish will be suitable for that, but you just keep experimenting. If you have questions, maybe we can create a list for that. There are sources out there unfortunately in Russian, but we can create them in English as well. Now, what I just did is I created a bait out of that frog, and I can go here and check my stuff, my baits, and see there's it. I've made a frog bait out of it. Shift and B. In order um, to learn which baits are worth making, for example, if you catch a salmon or trout that are above certain weight, you can create a very impressive thing. It's the caviar fish eggs, right? So you can make this kind of bait from certain type of fish that have in real life caviar. I mean, all fish have in real life caviar, but trout, salmon, etc., etc. Like you will find out about it. So the next thing what we want to discuss is the shop. In the shop, you have everything here: rods, spinning, match, exclusive. These ones are with real money being paid. Don't worry about it. The thing with these ones is a lot of people just, well, some people pay for them in the beginning, but you don't really need them in the beginning. And then once you get to the point where you need them, you have enough money to buy them from a person that is selling them, who bought them for real money, but then is selling them for in-game cash. So you have access to those through the second-hand uh, economy. Then you have the reels exclusive again. Again, you have they're not that special. Basically, they're just a little bit stronger. But there are ways to get more than 100% power reels through tournaments and stuff, and you get it for free. So it's again, it's nothing to do with pay to win because you have the access, and most fish will not require you to have 120. It will just make it slightly easier. But again, you have access to those, just not directly through the game menu. Then you have the line. Lines are ridiculously big, up to 7 tons. Yep, 62 million bucks. Okay, hooks. These are the first column here. Hooks for float fishing. Change them as soon as you have some extra cash because the initial one, the basic ones, they're prone to fish getting off, and you really don't want that sweet fish that you almost took out on the beach, and it just got off. It's really, yeah, you want to change that ASAP. Uh, Bottom fishing, same thing. The first one you want to change it as soon as, okay, don't change it as soon as you have 3,000. Change it once you have a little bit more, so it's like this is not everything be all end all. Next we have the baits and the artificial lures over here. There are plenty. There are so many different ones. It's just ridiculous. Um, Experiments again. With these ones, all you need to do is experiment, find out which fish um, is prone to go after which bait. Here you have options between small, medium, and big, depending on the size of fish you're targeting. Again, here is the feeding options in order to attract more fish around certain places where you have cast your rods. Here you have a bucket. Uh, sorry, a bucket. You, you have a shovel. You have a shovel with which you can get worms. Yeah, it's expensive, but you get free worms by using it. You need this to catch fish that are heavier than 3 or 3.5 kilos. I forgot the exact one. You use it with the button F on your keyboard. So once the fish comes closer um, to the bottom of the screen, you click the F button and it will catch the fish. Otherwise, if you have a heavier one than that, you cannot actually take it out of the water without it. Then this one serves to make different types of food that you can eat out of the fish. This is the same. Now this is something that you want to buy. It's an echolocation device. You want to get it, well, not ASAP, but as soon as you know feel that you need to know that. Yeah, it will show you how deep the bottom is. I'll show you now. If we go to the base somewhere, anywhere, uh, you can see here on the top right there is this line, and if we cast here it says 2.6 meters, and then we go here 234. If I throw closer to the, there you go, there's a hole somewhere, and I'll try to find that hole, and here it is 2.7. So I can set my feeder to 2.7, my depth to 2.7. There you go, and it will float. So this is to find those um, depths that might have bigger fish over there, or a larger quantity of fish. So it's very useful to get it once you have the money, so you know where to cast. It really helps knowing the depth, because some fish are good in the middle of the of the water. Some are on the top at 1 centimeter or 30 centimeters, and some really, some panfish, carp, etc., really likes to be on the bottom. Okay, the next thing we want to check is the, the shop here. You don't go for the expensive stuff. Just um, stick to the cheap stuff in the beginning, and you will not have a problem here. There's nothing else to cover here. This is the second-hand shop. This black here sale that says sale. This is what people are actually selling. Other people that are playing the game. And you can find a lot of things. It's really good to once you're looking for something that you want to buy, like a new rod, for example. If you're looking for a rod that is, for example, 50 kilograms, you can check here the price for a 56 kilogram spinning at 100%. It's 50,000. So 56 kilos, 50,000. Now if we go to the normal shop, 56 kilos is 178,000. So if you're planning to make a purchase, it's the best if you first check what the second-hand prices are and then decide where to get it from. It will save you money more often than not. This applies to everything: the reels, the lines, the baits, some baits that you do not have access to from the normal shop, like fish eggs, like the caviar, because you actually need to get the fish to make the bait out of it. So you don't really have access to it. You can buy it from here, or catch the certain fish yourself and then make it yourself, or make it yourself and then sell it here. You can also make money this way. For example, a good way to make money here is to catch crabs and just make live bait, well, not live bait, just make bait out of them. And as you can see here, for example, if we sort it here and go to, oh, here's the one that I made here. This is a frog, 10 frogs, 65,000. I made one, so it's 6,500 for one frog. So I can sell my frog for 6,500, or I can make a cheaper price to sell faster. So everything that you plan to buy, even things to eat really, you can just get homemade cans. Yes, they're a little bit expensive, but again, you can still buy you can even buy fish. People that have caught different types of fish are selling it. I don't recommend buying this. It's usually for some kind of quest or something that you actually have this kind of type of fish. If it's the only one that you need, and it's one left. There are free tickets. Um, Free ticket meaning that you don't have to pay for the ticket once you travel, but you can buy it from here to go to a particular location. And these are our stuff, which we don't have any of. So yes, very important to go and do check the secondhand shop. These are things for real money that you can buy. Now, again, if you want, do it. If you don't want, well, don't do it. I mean, I haven't done it because I never found the reason for it. So, what is next? We go to the travel map. Now the travel map is self-explanatory. You just either click on the name here and travel. Here is the price for a day, and here is the requirement. Now, when you travel somewhere where there's a required karma, you don't really pay the karma. It's just you need this threshold in order to go. The red ones are the ones that we have access to based on our level. And yeah, this is I just can't wait to explore all of this. Here is the place where you sell the fish. Here is our special ads from the game. These are not made by real people. These are from the AI. They're buying specific fish at specific prices. For example, this is for pike. The name for pike in Russian is shtuka. They will give you 300 bucks for a piece. So it doesn't matter how heavy it is, you can sell it per piece. This button here is to sell the fish which is above the weight line. So the ones that are the trophy fish, you just click it and you sell. And this button is to sell all the rest. Next, we have bulletin board. This is a place where the game, the IA, tells you that there is a specific weird fish, weird in terms of it shouldn't be there. It shouldn't be in that lake that you can go and catch there. Um, and if you catch it, you can click the button. Once you catch it, when you have it, you can click the button and you will get a reward because this is a unique fish for that place. For example, here at our lake, maybe well, there's nothing here that says for our lake, but if there was, I would go and try and fish for it there, and it's gonna be harder. I would probably spend a lot of time. I might not even get it. Probably won't get it, but again, and if you catch it though, you will get a reward. And to get a reward, you need to have it with you, the fish with you, and just click on the button. Like I don't have anything right now. And that's pretty much it. Now, the tournaments will be here. You can update or you create your own tournament with your own rewards for other people. Quests, these are the quests. You can click on each one of them and just translate all of this. But what you need to know is over here, this is everything you need to do to actually get this quest. You need to catch a fish with all of these different baits, artificial and natural baits. Another quest is for corals. You can see what it needs. I mean, you don't really need to be a Russian speaker to understand what it says here. You just need to know that you have to cover all these corals. You don't even need to know that they're corals, but you can see it on the picture. For example, here you can see what you need to do. Like this is the minimum, this is the maximum, and you need to catch a fish in between those weight limits. So the quests, you're not gonna focus on them in the beginning, but later on, once you have covered quite a few of the places, the pigs, the fish, you get some more experience, it will be interesting for you to go around and try to uh, collect all these quests. Here, this button here is quite important actually. It's where some type of fish they're catching is forbidden. You need to, if you catch one of those, for example here on this location, if you catch a certain type of fish during the next 6 days, you need to release it. So you need to be very careful of not selling what you caught there. Yes, you can catch them, but you need to release them immediately. And that's it. I hope there's more clarity regarding the UI and what is what. And if there are any questions, again, ask them down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Good luck fishing.